Welcome to the great nation of Canada, currently in the process of becoming the 51st state. Can we fix this? We'll soon find out. How did we get here? This was sent in by Tarkus Arkasar, who you may or may not know, fellow content creator, and he writes, well, the following. And he uploaded it to disastersavior.com, so if you want to get your disaster saves in here, disastersavior.com. General overview is, yeah, let's get going.
Planet Spheron 1.
Cool effect.
It's a desolate, ugly little planet with absolutely no natural resources or strategic value. Questions?
Why is this godforsaken planet worth dying for?
Don't ask me. You're the one who's going to be dying.
Okay, tactical situation. We are losing the Great White North. Though I do notice that you've used all the build slots, which is great, but it's unfortunate that we're going to lose those factories. The only thing worth holding in the west of Canada is going to be BC. We should be able to set up some sort of holding action. The problem is going to be supplying the area, but that's a problem for future me. Over here, we might have to give up Ontario. Down south, we're actually in America. We have seized Detroit. Lord knows why anyone would want it. And we have pushed, wow, past New York and Newark. Philadelphia is within sight. We're gonna burn that fucking White House down, boys. What is terrible, though, is manpower, or rather the fact that we don't have any. Right, focuses. We're looking to dig up some more stuff from the ground in Ontario. They're pretty much all done. I think once we do this, we might also pick up Dominion of Canada Rifle Association for a little bit cheaper guns. But District Militia, Defensive Garrison, and Armored. I'm looking forward to seeing this. So, Tarkus, my man, my boy. We're gonna strip the artillery out. It's not necessarily bad. Anything works against the AI, but right now we don't have the budget or the manpower for it. Your armor division has 3 tanks in it. That's not enough. Again, against the AI, anything works, but we want to, at least try. Tanks benefit from being a little bit beefier, a little bit chunkier. I usually go for 30 width, and yes, mathematically, 36 width is the absolute optimal for using in forest, etc., etc. If you absolutely want to be that kind of person, feel free to go for 36 width. Let's see if we can afford that. We cannot. We are most certainly broke. We'll make those changes later on. The idea here that this is meant to be a cheap holding unit that doesn't get priority. It's fine. Good idea. Those don't need field hospitals. In your situation, you are at a manpower disadvantage. So you're thinking, I have to conserve losses. Yes. Field hospitals cost a large amount of equipment and manpower up front and result in fewer losses down the line. However, defensive combat barely causes any meaningful casualties. You want your field hospitals to go onto your offensive units that will be doing the pushing, that will be taking the losses. Anything purely defensive, like the infantry meant to hold the line, doesn't need field hospitals. They're going to take losses, but not to such an extent that you're going to need those things. So what I'm going to do is take the district militia, remove the artillery. Then I'm going to remove the flame tanks, because flame tanks are good, but not for defensive units. Then we're going to remove the field hospitals. That's going to cost us about 20. We're going to get a lot more equipment and a little bit of extra manpower out of it. And then these defensive templates, we're going to switch them over to district militia. But overall, the change is going to be beneficial. And then what little army experience we have left, I'm actually going to use to switch out overwhelming firepower, which I just noticed. I will take relief of command. This is the single best spirit of the army you can have, because it makes your advisors significantly cheaper and you get significantly more army experience. This is something you always want. If you're a democracy, get this first. Special forces, you've gone Marines. Like I said, we don't have a navy, so there's not going to be much naval landing going on. Alright, with all that sorted out, let's organize the front lines. We're going to set up a holding pattern here around Detroit, and then a smaller holding pattern here. Then we're going to redistribute the infantry along this line just to hold off the Americans for as long as I can. And we'll bring the armor back for a reorganization around this area. Stop attacking. The infantry should not be attacking. I know what you're doing. You're trying to prevent the AI from taking that tile, which is smart. Navy, we have 9 destroyers. Let's just bring them in and forget about them. Construction, what will we be building? Mills and synthetics, maybe. So we're out of build slots over there. I do intend to hold on to British Columbia and Vancouver Island, so I'll put some up there. And there's Haida Gwaii over there, which we may or may not hold. Sure, Canadian nukes, why not? Production. All right, a lot of guns, good, we'll need those. Basic mediums. On the face value, basics can work, but not like this, my friend. I will be designing a new tank once we have the experience. Medium tank, medium turret, 3-man turret. It's always the best choice, almost always. Then, medium armament. We're gonna either slap an improved medium howitzer on there, or we're gonna cut some costs. See, on paper, the improved medium howitzer is the best option against the AI. Incredible soft attack. The AI fields mostly infantry. It's a no-brainer. Get the howitzer. But in our situation, we are going to be resource constrained and it's going to be difficult to import stuff. The improved medium cannon might be the better option. It's slightly less optimal, but it requires less steel. And we are going to be importing a lot of stuff. If I can get fewer imports, that might tide us over a little bit better. The best radio we can fit, then we're going to slap on the easy maintenance to make our production cost cheaper and our reliability goes up a little. Now, I do like using some sloped armor. I like armor. I know that it's not optimal. I get shit over it, but it's like doing it. We'll slap on a Christie suspension for speed. I like to have fast tanks, like 10 kilometers an hour at least. Okay armor, it's got okay speed, it's got okay stats, it's not too expensive. Is it optimal? No. Is it gonna work? Yes, they're about 40% more expensive, but they're more than 40% better. Then basic medium flame tanks, don't need that many factories on it. Support equipment we are gonna need, AA we're gonna need, artillery we're gonna need, but not that much of it. We are gonna need some trains, though again, not that many of them. Let's peel back a little on this. And we're also going to need armored support. Please tell me oh, for God's sake, I'm an idiot. Well, there goes my efficiency. It's okay. And then Navy, you're building early destroyer hulls. There's literally no point to it. If you're gonna do Navy, get subs as a minor power. We're gonna do neither for now. Our fight is on this continent, so we're gonna be spamming our convoys so we can keep importing steel and other stuff. Speaking of imports, tungsten. Would like more of it, but importing it is a bit of a bitch, so be it. Make sure the Navy doesn't use the eastern seaboard, and all imports, exports go up through the Great White Northern Seas up there through the Labrador, Denmark, somewhat away from the US Navy, please. Political power, we're gonna hold on to this PP, big PP. They go up either to service by requirement for the additional manpower, which we'll most likely need. Speaking of these guys, so army attack, good. Naval guy, rather pointless since we don't have a navy, but okay. Again, mostly pointless without an air force. Then the command. The artillery expert is not as great as you think. The armored expert is, though. Armored expert is pretty nice. Now, what I would like is an infantry expert. So we're going to take Percival John Montague here, show leader details, officer corps, and then we're going to hit infantry specialist. We're going to replace this guy, the air superiority expert, with our new commander, Percival, who is going to improve our infantry. In hindsight, I should have taken Percival here, given him army regrouping, because he could take that, and then give Thomas here infantry expert. You know what? I'm going to do that. Just reload the game and do that off camera. Only one thing to do now, which is unpause and see how the chaos unfolds. Looking at the casualties here, you've somehow lost 300,000 of my men. Tarkus, I could have used those 300,000. How has the UK lost 2 million men? Soviets up to 5 million casualties. The Chinese, as usual, up to millions upon millions and billions of losses. This is gonna be terrible. Well, let's see what this does. Solidify the front line. I'm gonna need to find a way to get more divisions, because we sure as shit need more units. All right, as soon as my armor is in position... Oh, crap, we lost the position next to Detroit. Pin, attack, and we should be able to retake that tile. Yes? Yes, we'll hold those 2 tiles. Don't know why I specifically want to hold on to Detroit, because... that will be why. Oh, we got a lot of spies as well. Unfortunately, we're a democracy, so no collaboration governments on America, which is sad. Once they're fueled up, we're gonna punch right through this tile, encircle Buffalo, seize the supply hub. Like that. Bada bing, bada boom. We've extracted most units to the new defensive perimeter for British Columbia. Alright, let's assault Buffalo, and we should be able to take the city. And with the city, we have the supply hub in hand as well. Yep, got him. I really do want more divisions. It doesn't help that we're occupying American territory. That's like really expensive to occupy. And Americans don't like occupation for reasons that are not entirely clear to me. Quickly going through stockpiles. I have plenty of AA and plenty of artillery, so I might just strip down AA production as well. And put a little bit more into infantry equipment first. After the infantry equipment, we'll jack up the production of medium tanks, and we'll go from there. I'm thinking we're going to have to give up Ontario and maybe Northern Ontario and just fall back to something I can supply here, so which isn't too bad. It's just unfortunate I would lose access to even more steel that way. Over here, I think we're good. I don't see them taking BC anytime soon, so they should... Oh, there goes Burma. And my spy. Fortunately, I don't care. Alright, great. Let's get the Dominion of Canada Rifle Association. More guns. That's what we need as a nation. Mackenzie King will not be a governor. He will be a leader of a nation, not a state. It looks and feels like the Americans are gathering strength for something. Can't really allow that, so I need to get my armor ready. What do they need? Trucks, trucks, trucks. I'm just short a lot of trucks. Gonna set up here, and we're gonna push through that tile, and then drive around along the river to Maryland, that little panhandle there. Goal being to cut off the area around Philadelphia. Plus, then we can set up on this defensive position on the river for the rest, because we are numerically inferior and will be for a while. Forward, gentlemen. Show these Americans what Canada's all about. Baby, we invented war crimes. Oh, I just forgot to check research. That reminds me. Military police. It's almost finished. Might as well. Maintenance companies. Again, it's almost finished. Might as well. Industry. Fine. Armor protection. Honestly, don't really need it. I'd rather put it to something else. So more production. Right here, night vision. You just get 10% more attack half the time. That's good. And then additional research will be picking up in future. This is all done. This is all mostly done. I'm guessing we'll go with logistics. Always good, definitely. And potentially either air. See if we can eke out a small air advantage in a localized area. Or submarines for the lull. Alright, armor pushing forward. Let's start by moving it on Philly. Then we'll have them surrounded. Look at this. First strike to Canada. That's what I'm talking about. Eh? Invasion in New England. Oh, right. Naval invasions. Oh, for God's sake. Another naval invasion. My head's gonna explode. I'm gonna sit in a corner and cry. Fine. I'll get the armor. At least we got a couple of kills before this whole thing falls apart. I don't like this. I don't like this. I have no navy to defend myself, so I'm at the mercy of the AI. Alright, we've lost control of Prince Rupert up there. Funny name. Might as well just not hold on to the port and fall back to something like that. A bubble around Vancouver. Anyway, Philly is secured, more or less. And with that, we'll also have supply in the region. A couple more casualties. Very nice. Very nice. Engineers. Lend-Lease sounds like a great idea. Unfortunately, everything has to go across the sea. Most of the stuff's going to get sunk and never reach us, which does kind of suck. I'm going to have to go to service by requirement. It's going to hurt my industry so much, but I'll have to. It doesn't matter how many guns I have if I don't have anyone to hold them. I'll take your ball bearing, Sweden. Thank you, IKEA. God damn, we've lost so much of our country. That much we can do about it right now. As soon as I get more build slots in my own territory, we're gonna ramp up production of other stuff. But for the time being, I'm just trying to survive. Current objective: survive. I do have ideas, though. I think I can get a couple of sweet encirclements off if I get my armor coordinated right. Push down to Pittsburgh. And then a secondary strike over here. Slightly more difficult because it's across a river and through forests, but we'll give it a go. I'm also going to start changing up the armor template. Like I said, this is not what I want. We'll make those changes now, and we'll slowly switch them over time. Fortunately, we have plenty of medium tanks in storage. That's going to help. We'll go with 30 widths for now. I might go up to like the legendary, the optimal 36 widths eventually. For now, this will have to do. And we'll find manpower somewhere. And that somewhere is going to be Quebec. I am conscripting every Quebecois out there because the game will let me. Forced Quebec conscription. Quebec, you will die for Canada whether you like it or not. This has been an executive order. Everyone knows executive orders are the will of God. Or in this case, me. I'm a little shocked at how weak America is, though. Well, maybe not that weak. They got 182 divisions and a sizable industry, but they have lost a lot of men to Canada. So Tarkus, I am willing to take back some of the things I said. It's not looking as terrible as I had at first assumed. So with the extra equipment coming in, fewer trucks required, let's make that push. You guys head down south, and you guys head across this river. They're weakened now. Also towards Pittsburgh. Go, go, go. It's red air, but we got AA. It's probably fine. We'll launch pinning attacks on these flanks so they can't reposition. You pin here, you pin there, you pin there. We're going to use the speed, surprise, and violence of action to achieve our goals here. Yes. Goals are being achieved. That's a naval invasion. Oh, New England. This is just targeting us, but it's not landing. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Forward, 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 forward. Keep moving. Keep rolling forward. And from Pittsburgh, we're going to push further. Close the jaws. Close the jaws. No, don't leave Pittsburgh, you idiot. Don't leave Pittsburgh. You buffoon. Okay, this area is secured. We've linked up. Get the armor taking up this line just to make sure it doesn't immediately buckle. Great. Well, this is basically what I'm going to be doing. Bit by bit, we're going to carve apart the American army as best we can. It's not going to be easy, per se, but it's the best shot we've got at this. Let's just try to get some air research in, I suppose. Pretty much all there is to do. And we'll just use the armor to close the pockets. It's much more economical. Make sure we don't lose Pittsburgh now. The counterattack is real. No! No! It's fine. We'll close this. That's 5 divisions, 7 divisions gone. And then we'll set up, reorganize, make a push from Buffalo straight south, and we'll try to get to Cleveland and alleviate the pressure on Pittsburgh. Assuming we're still... Oh, fuck. This is unacceptable! No! I think I may have angered the Americans. Gonna need to get this shit sorted out soon. They pretty much launched a all-out counterattack all along my front line, and I don't have the troops really stop them. The armor's in position, and we'll start pushing towards Cleveland. Once we get there, we should be able to dry up the supply for them. Pittsburgh, though. Hopefully this tank can hold for a little bit until infantry support arrives. No, it's not gonna... No! Reinforcement! I should have known. It always happens. Now we're gonna lose Pittsburgh, and with it, supply in the region. So be it. We'll divert a prong of our armored push. As long as the rest holds, I don't care. I hit Pittsburgh from the north. These guys keep driving on Cleveland. Who knows? It might just work out. Oh, the goddamn Americans! There's just so many of them. Each more annoying than the last. I need local supply, so I'll need to take Cleveland then. If they'll not give me anything else, I'll just seize Cleveland. Alright, we've taken the area back. The initiative is once again in our hands. Alright, we coped well, I think. Once those supply hubs come online, we are in the saddle here. Good. Over there, this is holding, but I'm slowly having to give ground because there is like no supply for these troops, which is unfortunate. The only hub is like over here. I'm very unlikely to be able to supply all of that, but Detroit holds. I'd actually be able to push forward to that line if I'm very ballsy. And then there's British Columbia holding out like true chads. Like the real estate value here is going to skyrocket. Now, I will not give up Vancouver or the greater BC area. I have friends here. I have to protect them. All right, that solidifies this somewhat. Okay, that's good. We're going to need to build a little railway there so it plugs into the rest of the network. And then we'll have supply along this front. I do need more troops, though. Slowly but surely, I'm training more. but infantry equipment and manpower are a giant problem for us. I can't reliably import either because of the way everything gets sunk en route. Alright, Pittsburgh and Cleveland are now providing me with supply. We'll move for the next stage of the operation. Operation Burn the fucking White House down. And we're gonna run a train right down to Washington, D.C. I want to replace the Spymaster with the Compassionate Gentleman so I get more compliance and less resistance in all this American territory I'm going to be occupying. And then this guy, the Captain of Industry, is going to be replaced with a War Industrialist. I think we're grabbing the War Industrialist first because I have a lot of mills that are building up. And then we'll replace the Spy Master with the Compassionate Gentleman. Yeah, because I am occupying quite a bit of stuff. And I will be occupying quite a bit more. And if I can reduce the number of stuff I need to occupy, that will be great. Perhaps even the greatest. Maybe ever. God, I wish I could do the Trump voice. Alright, the armor's going forward, so I'm launching a bunch of pinning attacks. To try and keep these guys from repositioning. You pin as well. And we're gonna run the armor right down to Washington. Burn the fucking White House down, boys! Knock knock. Who's there? Canada. Canada's nuts! Haha! Alright, that is good pocket. Destroy the units, and we'll have Baltimore. Washington has been seized. The White House has been burned. Take that, America. Annoyingly, I'm not able to take the port of Baltimore, so they might be able to get a significant number of troops out. It is what it is. At least I've seized a significant amount of the East Coast. And Canada stands in British Columbia, so I think we're all right. Would like more troops, though. Can use a little bit of my army experience to change up the tanks. Like I said, these are not really what I'd like, so let's just make something a little better. All right, let's start making the Grizzly tanks then. Ooh, tungsten, my beloved, and chromium. Oof. But yeah, we'll make it advanced mediums instead of basic mediums. Still not perfect, but they're fast enough. They have more attack. They're a little more expensive, but they're better. Fierce counterattack. I just need more divisions. And there's no more manpower or equipment to be had. I need more. Help me. Meanwhile, in Europe, it does appear that the end of the Axis is being orchestrated. Major landing. France is almost liberated. Yeah, okay, so Germany and Italy are on their deathbed. It's just I need to deal with America. This is my struggle. Boy, am I struggling. Oh, we've taken Baltimore. Finish up these last couple of divisions. Magnificent. Oh, Canada indeed. Like I said, we invented the war crimes. We were molded by them. Alright, with that done, I'm going to reposition the armor and just assume this place is going to hold. We're going to take the armor towards Detroit. Additional forces would be nice. Let's just start getting more divisions out. Knock knock. Who's there? Armor column. If I can get to Chicago, I shouldn't have any supply issues either. Let's keep moving forward, and we'll have this panhandle secured in no time. And the infantry can just hold the line while I crush them with the armor. To Chicago, and then I'll have all the supply hubs in this general area secured. Yes, Chicago's wide open. That means I can move. I can fight. And I'll take these infantry divisions, put them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over in the south, and the armor divisions will just put towards the north, and we will have this panhandle secured. Oh, Turkey's in as well. Yeah, it's over for the Axis. We just need to hold a little bit longer and we'll be fine. And then the Allied Freedom Train will be headed our way, and all will be well with the world. All right, this is dealt with. Need to get the armor south so we can hold the line here. Ooh, it's a thin line as well. Oh, they're dead. Good. So we've killed how many Americans by now? 1.1 million, not bad. We've lost an additional 100,000 men, but I'd say we've done better in terms of our damage done. We've burned down Washington, we seized Philadelphia, we've taken Chicago. I'd say that's an honest day's work. Alright, next up, I'm gonna see if I can link up these fronts to have just one continuous front line. It's gonna be easier to defend that way. The only thing I can realistically do to even the odds is just to keep destroying their divisions, because there's no way in hell I can take them in a stand-up grinding fight. I need to destroy the divisions. Damn, I've lost Chicago. Oh, that's bad. I just don't have the troops. I don't have the divisions. I need more men. Also guns. I would very much like to get some guns. It requires an inordinate amount of convoys, which is a problem. Now, this place is also losing. Why am I losing here? I'm not entirely certain. I need to go start begging for guns. Would the UK have guns for me? Right, Turkey's willing to help. Turkish guns, and that's about it. All right, 30,000 guns are headed my way. I do not... I need 2,000 convoys. Okay, I'll just start asking everyone in the world, or everyone in my faction, for all the convoys they're willing to spare. Alright, that's 60 additional convoys. That's not enough, but it's gonna have to do. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's cancel all these fake divisions I queued up for the deficit. Keep this fight going. Let's see if I can push back towards Chicago. Not that I particularly want to be in Chicago, but it's the principle of the matter. Alright, we've retaken Chicago. I'll just push on Indianapolis now. If I take that, I take most of the supply in this region away from them, which will most likely help. Just gotta hold the rest of this line while I do it. And I realize that this is very tedious work. Welcome to my job, but I love it. Wouldn't have it any other way. All right, with Indianapolis taken, these guys realistically don't have any supply, so we should be more or less secure in this region. I just noticed the fuel situation's not great either. I thought I had oil. Oh, there's like 5 oil over there, which is technically not mine. The oil was all in Alberta. Oh, for God's sake. Well, not much we can do about that now. I'll build some more synthetics. I'll have to start importing with, unfortunately, no synthetic refineries available. And also no convoys available because I'm importing guns. The only thing I can do short term, other than wait for units to appear, is to shorten this line. I think if I can hit Richmond, I should, in theory, be able to deprive them of supply sufficiently for these guys to try to bail out. I've seized, or I'm about to seize Richmond. Dear God, this is still a mess, though. Let's see if we can crack this now. The mountains are just not our friend. They still got supply because there's a supply hub here. Oh, damn! It's gonna end up me just overextending myself really badly. Alright, after this next donation of Turkish guns, I'm gonna cancel it so I can use my convoys for myself, so I can import my resources and my fuel. I am very well aware that armor is suboptimal for this, but if I can leverage enough of it, I might be able to hit them from multiple angles and just take that tile. Alright, I'm gonna give this another shot. Let's make sure we can break the tile. One division. And it's Dunzos! Whew. Okay, now the armor in here to make sure that stays open, and I'll use the armor to close it as well. Even though I know this is all mountains, the armor will take far fewer casualties in making sure that we can contain that pocket. Oh, is that not a wonderful sight? That is a lot of US troops about to no longer be among us. Meanwhile, the European adventure's not going really well. Yeah, allies are getting driven back quite badly. They were in Paris, not anymore, but they have taken Hanover, so it's a bit of a mixed bag here, and I'm not sure what the Soviets are doing. So they're losing up north, but they're definitely winning down south. Get that over with, and that will be the last of the American troops north of our border. Well, front line, and we can finally take a deep breath, because I think the front line is now going to be, with those extra troops, solid enough to not really be a major concern. So this is 15 divisions trapped on a single tile, about to be eliminated. Oh, America. America, America. Well, next stop, Norfolk. Against the odds, we keep inching the front line forward. Canadian tenacity and a penchant for war crimes is seeing us to victory. Slowly but surely. 500,000 casualties. Ooh. The Canadian population is not happy with this. Then again, the Americans are more than halfway towards capitulation, and they've taken 3.5 million casualties, so there is that. I am gonna stop doing focuses, I think, and just get political power, so we can get war support up, stability up, maybe get more manpower in, because holy crap, are we losing men at an inordinate rate. I'm trying to push from one river to the next, securing the supply hubs and trying to make sure the front line doesn't become too long, because we really cannot sustain a long front line. And another small pocket. It's better than nothing. Honestly, it is better than nothing. So we'll just reduce the American military size one division at a time. This is improving government efficiency, people. This is how you improve government efficiency. I've made American military logistics so much more efficient by removing significant portions of the American military from existence. This is just dragging on and on and on. This is just a... Ooh, they're back. They're back. And my puppet. Yay, go Britain. So, new plan. This is clearly overstretched. I'm getting a lot of pressure. See if we can encircle the last of those Appalachian Mountains there, destroy some divisions, and most importantly, make the front line shorter, because this is turning into quite the pain in my ass. I require manpower, and nobody's helping me. I'm not mobilizing enough of it. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Bittersteel, hospitals. Get field hospitals back into your divisions. You would be right. I would have taken fewer overall casualties, but I would not have been able to deploy this many units. I need bodies on the line, and I didn't have the trucks to sustain it. I do now, almost, so I will be rolling them out as soon as they become affordable, I guess. It's just a catch-22. I don't have the manpower to do it, but I need them to make sure I have manpower to do it. You see my problem. Anyway, let's start pushing where we can. It does feel like a lot of this American line is really thin. Like, they're not using the strength I would associate with the US of A. And that's fine by me, because holy shit, do I not have a lot of strength to go around either. I do need to make sure we do this quickly, because I don't have the units to do any sort of sustained operations. Okay, so that is Appalachian Mountains encircled. Get the infantry to the front. I accidentally deleted the main front. Obviously, that's a great move on my part. They call that big oops in the business. Attack aggressively. Make sure we can close that up. Redeploy the infantry ASAP. Have to be quick on this. They're gonna start expanding again. So that's the downside. I don't have enough armor to fully encircle this, but I also don't have enough infantry to comfortably sit on a front line. So I have to do very risky maneuvers here to make sure we can keep going. It's super thin. Where is the American army? I'm up to 63 divisions, which is not a lot, but America only has 148, so they must be very weakened. I assume it's partially because I now control the majority of... well, not even the majority. A sizable portion of their industry, and they've taken significant casualties, but why do they have so few divisions? Well, either way, I'll take this. I'll take this as the win it is. The hard part's gonna be getting till LA. Like, that's a very long way off. Uh-oh. Counterattack. Ah, counterattack! No! This is way too thin. I constantly have to shuffle troops around. I'm never comfortable. Alright, if I were to add field hospitals back into my district militia, it costs me 28,000 manpower along with a bunch of support equipment I don't have. I could do this, but do I have 28,000 manpower? The army in the field is already short 17,000 manpower. That's not great. We'll take the hit with my help. It might also shut people up from commenting about it, which is a win in itself. Alright, let's cut this section off. Canadian war crimes for all. You're an equitable people. We share violence equally. And bada bing, bada boom. It is done. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff! Yes, we've also restored the railway links, which means supply. That said, I'm really having fun right now because this is the kind of conundrum I love solving. Meanwhile, British Columbia stands proud, stands tall, stands very expensive housing market, but it stands. And they're done. I'm gonna make a quick trip to St. Louis, because it's, well, open, might as well. Of course, the risk being front line, as usual, gets really long. Still, might be worth the trouble. Hey, I stole something. Oh, yeah, multi-charge large caliber gun. That's not something we're looking to implement, but I appreciate the generous contribution to Canadian science. I see an opportunity. It's wide open from Birmingham, Alabama, all the way down to Mobile. Mobile. And we're gonna go for it. It should shorten the line in the long term. it's a massive risk. So I'll move all my infantry to the western section of that front, and the entire eastern section I'm going to leave up to armor to clean up with speed, surprise, and violence of action. Yeah, this is a big risk, but I think it might actually pay off. Because there's nothing here. I don't know where the American military is. Are they like committed to the Soviet offensive? Are they stuck in Germany? Are they all in Europe? I don't know. So while they're busy being not here, yeah, don't mind if I just eliminate whatever I find. This is going way easier than I thought, and it's a little embarrassing for them, not me. If at any point the AI decides to take a swing at me, I will crumble. There's no doubt about that. I don't know how else to put it. Like they're just deciding not to kill me. Their equanimity is astounding. Now I'll just use the armor to mop this up. Like I said, bit of a risk, but it does ensure the other front stays stable. I say stable, like there's nothing there. Where is the American military? Well, there's a lot of them over here trying to take Vancouver. I can understand why. The real estate market here is booming, but you're leaving the rest of your country literally undefended, boys. The AI could be playing some sort of 5D chess, but I honestly doubt it. And now I'm taking Florida. Don't know why I'd want it, but I guess we can go to Disney World. So far, so good. We have pretty much the entire East Coast then. With war support moving back up, mobilization speeds going up, American territories getting a little bit of compliance. Maybe I'd be able to extract some manpower from it, because in theory I'm getting 500,000 out of it so far, which is okay, I guess. More would be better. Well, welcome to Miami. Meanwhile, in Europe, things are interesting. Weird Soviet offensives making headway. At the same time, German offensives still making headway. It all looks so messed up. Anyway, a quick trip to New Orleans. Make sure that we encircle and destroy everything. Gentlemen, I don't want to alarm you, but we have manpower. We have almost 10,000 unassigned troops. Everything's filled up. Everything's done. We actually have 10,000 spare manpower, and it's gone. Immediately to the front line, gentlemen. Oh, I love these high-risk, high-reward encirclements. I feel so good. Should allow me to get a nice, decent amount of kills in, and with that, solve the issue that our front line is just getting disgustingly long. I can't believe it. I'm mobilizing men. I can put them to work. There are people willing to die for Canada once more. Wish there were more of them, but I'll take what I can get. Well, America's almost up to 5 million casualties. I just noticed Germany, 15 million losses, and they're still going. They're in fact stronger than America right now, so I'm shocked. A million Hungarian losses. Wow. Vichy France, 1.5 million casualties. They're not long for this world. Japan, almost 5 mil. So this is not going well for the Axis, as you might expect. Soviets, only 8 million casualties. Chinese, 7.3. Yeah, I'd say the Axis is not going to win this. I'm just shocked at how long Europe is taking to be dealt with. Yeah, Germany can be really resilient. Oh, counterattack. Ooh, I'm actually getting pushed. That's bad. Yeah, I have like at most 1, maybe 2 divisions on each tile. This is not enough. The plan remains to just destroy their divisions wherever I can and keep moving the front inch by bloody inch. Getting pushed back, which is unfortunate. Like, it's great that they're holding on to Vancouver. It's a very valuable province for me, but that's 13 divisions I could definitely use on this side of the front line right now. Oh, getting pushed back pretty badly. Oh my god. Honestly, playing as Germany right now would make for an even more interesting disaster save, if I'm honest. So, alright, but beefing up my garrison template to the max and adding military police, I can save 10,000 manpower and 1,000 infantry equipment. You know what? That sounds like a good deal. Now, yes, in theory, I could design a very specialized, super cheap light tank to do the job, and it will do the job even better. just don't want to. I'll be honest, I just don't want to. Size has gone down. 5 million casualties will do that, but I don't really. I still don't feel comfortable. One good counter push can still break this line because it's comprised of hopes, dreams, and a little duct tape. That's all that's holding this line together. Also surprised they haven't tried a naval landing, though maybe I shouldn't be too surprised. There is some British naval presence in the area. Alright, worn Canadian armor in Omaha. I'd like to see you dig yourself out of this one. It just doesn't stop. It just does not stop. Every division I kill, the Americans have another to replace it. Their numbers are endless. Alright, now I'm gonna try to drive the dagger in as deep as I can, pushing into Texas. We'll seize Dallas, and from Dallas try to sprint towards Houston, because while I'm doing this, the front line is, thin isn't even the right word. The front line just doesn't exist while I'm doing that. So we need to be very, very quick about it. Considering the current tactical situation, I can't afford not to take the risk. I can't afford to just sit here and wait. That will change nothing. I need to be proactive. That's all there is in Texas. You got Houston, you got Dallas. I think that's it. Take it, take it, take it, take it. Texas is Canadian, as it always should have been. Now make a very aggressive attack to close. This is going to cost me men, but I cannot afford to be squeamish now. Do it. Do it now. We'll get a good amount of casualties out of this. I will lose men because I'm using infantry to do the killing here, which is never optimal. It's going to be a good number of divisions we trap here, though. Yeah, they're all gone. I don't think America's just going to bounce back from this. Famous last words said moments before America bounced back from disaster. And it's done. Please tell me they're almost out of the door. Oh, for God's sake, 92%. It's gonna be LA, Denver, and that's about it. It's gonna be Seattle, San Francisco, LA, San Diego, which is just not great. That's a whole lot of pushing I need to do. And there's also Mexico here. I don't want to do this. I'll have to push from here, but these divisions are not really designed for pushing. I can turn a couple of those into mountaineers and use them instead, but I don't think I have mountaineers researched, which is, yeah. It's slow and steady she goes then. Uh-oh. Please turn green. Please turn green. Oh, I think we hold. I think I'm at the point where I just have one division per tile now, and I'm getting pushed. I am absolutely getting pushed now. Fuck. Get more units out. Is this it? Is this it? Soviet troops have taken Berlin. Alright, it does look like this might be it. Yeah, this is a gigantic mess, but I think 92% towards capping the Americans, but no. Germany stands. They're gonna lose this, but it's just a little more. I want to win this race, but I have to drive too far to make it happen. God, you stupid tanks, you can do this. You, head over there. You, head to Denver. You, take that. You, head over there. I've taken everything from Boston to Denver, and it's not enough. 94% of the way there. I'll make a drive towards Seattle from the north. We're now on the offensive, boys. I might, in fact, not be able to take Seattle. Or maybe I am. I don't care. There's barely any Americans who just drive. 97% of the way there. How much more is it? Do I need to take stuff like Spokane? Spooky. Maybe Portland. Do I want to go down to Portland, though? Oh, we're in Las Vegas. Come on. 96% of the way. Closing in on Los Angeles. The Phoenix, Arizona. Oh no, they've retaken. Oh, it happens to me every time. I always do this to myself. I fuck it up for myself. I've taken Portland, see if I can take the port. I've taken Seattle back. How far are we there? 99%. Come on, LA. No, I got defeated by traffic jam in LA. My armor is surrounded. No, the American junta is defeated. They still had a lot of equipment. It's done. Let's mop up some pockets and make this beautiful again. For a moment there, I was certain I was going to lose all those tanks. Head on down to that southern border, because there is still a Mexico here. Still, I defeated America before the rest of the allies managed to take out the Axis. So I call this a win. There we go. Mexico dealt with fall of Vladivostok. Somewhat shocking, maybe. Okay, a little late to be attacking Merzel Kebir, but you do you, Britain. Anyway, we have secured all there is to secure in North America. I'll just go ahead and guard some ports with the majority of my forces, just in case Japan doesn't do anything exceedingly stupid and invade me. That will be embarrassing. Gonna move the armor over to Western Europe. Also, the amount of compliance you can get by just being nice to people and giving them local autonomy is amazing. Look at it, 42 compliance in Boston already. The New Englanders are famously difficult to govern, so this is working out fairly well, I'd say. Got a couple of fighters as well, because might as well get those involved. We can finally move on to the order of the day, which is destroying the German Reich. So typical, Canada gets involved and everything is finally sorted out. We're gonna finish off Germany once and for all, and I can claim victory for Canada and the free world. I do love democratic disaster saves. I do feel a lot better about myself saving the world instead of, plunging it further into darkness. We've mopped up France, we've mopped up Germany. It's just a matter of driving to those last few victory points while the Germans run. Why are who are the partisans? I don't remember that from previous games. Anyway, they've lost Vienna. I'm gonna ask for military access. I'm gonna kill Hungary. Shockingly, Horthy is once again the last Chad standing. God give it to the man. He is resilient. He tried. Not hard enough, but he tried. We'll drive to those last few victory points. Everything's going to be fine. There we have our peace deal at last. Let's just take Alaska for the clean borders, and then we'll just puppet the rest of the US. That is how we're going to end this. There is a war with the Soviets that I do not care about. We have the Confederacy of American States. Oh yes, the Confederacy of American States under Alf Landon. Canada has achieved its proper borders with the annexation of Alaska. It is only right that Soviets have a claim there, but the Americans don't have a core. I guess they never did the statehood. Anyway, with that, Canada has achieved its goals. We have our victory. Let's look at Europe. Just how disgusting is Europe? Yeah, that's about what you'd expect. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for Tarkasar to send this in. Had a lot of fun with it, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.